Hello, everybody. Welcome to the FBC Sports Balls podcast. Today I'm joined by Kyle Barber, Colton Waters, Matt Moscow, and our guest Adam Fellon. Today we're going to be talking about, of course, college football rankings, some college basketball since that started up, and the interesting race we have going on in the NFL, especially in the AFC. So, starting with college football, the rankings have changed a little bit ever since the argument we had last week.
Yep. The big thing this week is that somehow Michigan is above Michigan State.
Yeah, that was really good.
So how are they? And my big problem is if you're not going to pay attention to head-to-head, then why is Oregon ahead of Ohio? Because it's pretty clear.
There's a lot of just inconsistencies all throughout the like UTSA. Right, they finally got ranked, right? So that they're one of like the 4 undefeated teams. So that's cool. They finally got ranked. But like, why? Let's see, 17 and 18, Auburn and Wisconsin are both ranked, both have losses to Penn State, and Penn State is unranked.
And the same record, all 3 of them.
The thought process here by the committee is like there's no way to understand what
Cincinnati's still not in the top 4.
I think Oklahoma is 8th. That's insane. Oklahoma is a top 4 team.
Yeah.
They're undefeated. You cannot keep them out.
I think what the committee's thinking by not ranking Penn State is that they're punishing bad losses, which would make sense, except for the fact that Oregon lost to 3 and 6 Stanford and is in the playoff.
Yeah.
The same thing with Michigan.
And Alabama, is A&M unranked still?
No.
They were unranked at the time, right?
Yes.
Okay.
A&M's a good team.
No, yeah, and
Despite how much I like Oregon, I think I agree that it's also criminal that Cincinnati and Oklahoma, who are unbeaten, aren't in the playoff picture.
I can't understand why Wisconsin is ranked. They're 18 and maybe like 23, 25.
No.
Why are they 18?
Yeah, I don't
Wisconsin
They have 3 losses.
They've been playing, it's just more based off of recently because they have been on a little bit of a tear recently, but so I don't.
They beat Purdue?
Yeah, they beat Purdue, they beat Iowa. Ohio State has Purdue this week, so that'll be an interesting game. Ohio State will probably handle it.
Yeah.
But
So just not Michigan State down a little more good.
yeah, so the big debate is who is the number 2 team. The committee has Alabama at number 2 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no grudge for Alabama, so.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Yeah, I don't hate it either, only because
I'm not a big fan, to be honest with you.
there's not like who else are you gonna put there?
I don't know who else, but are they the number 2 team? Dude, they barely hung on last week. And then this week, who do they play this week?
Oh,
They're away. I know they're away, and it's like a hostile environment too, which and the way that they've been playing.
I'm pretty sure they played that.
Yeah, but it's like they might be on upset.
They
alert
play
this week.
NM State.
Yeah,
I don't know.
they played New Mexico.
No, not who I was
That's
thinking.
hostile.
Not who I was
Then Arkansas, then Auburn.
Arkansas. That Arkansas game could be tough for them.
Yeah, if Arkansas was good at football, maybe. See,
No,
I
but
just don't know
you're
who.
thinking a usual Bama team, it's not a problem, but this year,
Who knows?
I just don't know who else you would have at number 2. I mean,
Yeah.
Oregon, who, like we said, lost to
Maybe Oregon.
Dude, I
lost
think
to a terrible
Nah,
Stanford team.
yeah,
If you're gonna say Oklahoma,
you might have to put Oklahoma.
they barely beat
2.
Kansas.
Oh,
at
Alabama
football.
barely beat.
LSU, who's not as bad as
LSU is
Kansas,
terrible,
but
and then it was LSU, and Florida's unranked, barely beat Florida, played awful against Florida. Like Alabama has bad wins, and Oklahoma has probably more bad wins, but they still
they
have
don't have a loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So
both have bad wins, but Oklahoma has won all of their bad wins. Alabama has a bad loss.
Yeah.
I agree that Oklahoma should be in the top 4, but I mean,
Yeah.
by process of elimination and
yeah,
Alabama's just.
yeah. I mean,
problem.
you talk about Alabama struggles with LSU. Oklahoma struggles against just about everybody.
Well, that's what he said.
Against
Yeah.
everybody.
That's what he
Yeah,
said.
so I'm saying they should be in. They
Yeah.
shouldn't be 2.
This year
I think
there's
Cincy and Oklahoma should be in, but I like the 1 and 2.
this year there's a really good number 1 team and 6 number 8 teams.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
I'd rather just have 3 really good teams, honestly.
Well, the good news about this is a 2-3 matchup in the playoff will probably be a pretty good game, just because all these teams are not that good. So it's probably going to be a pretty good game.
once Ohio State loses another game and Cincinnati sneaks in the 4, Georgia's gonna beat them by 60. It's gonna be rough. That's what's gonna happen.
nervous.
Ohio State, I hope at least, they lose another game. Cincinnati wins out. Cincinnati sneaks in. They put the group of 5 team in. The group of 5 team loses by 60, and they never put them in again.
No, but I don't want that to happen.
I
Why
want
do
to
you
change.
Why do
I
you hate the group of 5? Why? Because they annoy me.
But any team at
They don't
number
deserve
4
it.
is gonna lose.
Yeah,
by 60.
probably.
Yeah.
But it's time. Okay, it is time that a group of 5 team gets in,
Yeah.
and you just
it
see
is.
what happens.
Yes.
We all know
exactly.
what's gonna happen.
But and then,
why not
unfortunately, this is a bad year because Georgia's
Yeah,
so
just so
dominant.
good.
Yeah. Honestly, the ideal result would be to have them sneak in at 3, and have them play a close
Yeah.
game against
Yeah,
the
that would be
Alabama.
good.
Yeah, so Bama, well, the thing is, Bama's destined to, Bama's basically either going to be 1 or 4 the way I see it, because they're either going to beat
Bama
Georgia.
cannot be
No,
If they-
no,
if
no,
they win
no.
out-
Listen to me. I agree.
If they win out, they're going to be 1, because that would include, you would have to include a win against Georgia. If they lose to Georgia in the SEC championship, unfortunately, the committee's still probably going to put them in, but they're going to be at 4, so that's
Do you
probably
really think
just
that?
going to
Do
be
you
a
really think that Georgia and Alabama play again?
I don't know. Do you think that would
I
impact their rankings?
I don't know. I mean, I think.
I don't think
I
it
don't think
would.
them thinking about future games impacts their ranking.
Yeah, I don't. But yeah,
The
I'm
worst
pretty
possible
sure.
result would be Cincinnati getting up to 3, having to play a Georgia that lost to Alabama.
Yeah,
So they're playing a ticked off Georgia team.
yeah, that
So
might be
They just
tough.
get the breaks.
But I don't. Does Alabama have a chance against Georgia?
No, I
I don't
don't
think
think
they
so.
do. And they still have. They probably will beat Auburn, but there's an interesting situation. They play Auburn in the Iron Bowl last week of the year, the regular season. If they lose that game and A&M wins out, A&M's going to be representing the SEC West. So that's interesting because I don't think you definitely chalk Bama in for that SEC championship yet. With that
Especially with the
game.
Iron Bowl.
Yeah, anything could happen in the Iron Bowl. And then the Big Ten also is an interesting situation with Michigan, Michigan State, and Ohio State. All 3 play. Well, Michigan does already play Michigan State, but the other 2 matchups are happening in the last few weeks of the season. What do you guys think?
I really just hope that Michigan State beats Ohio State.
I do too, and I think that is completely possible. Is that
Yeah.
where's that game at?
It's possible. I think Ohio State.
I just think it's
They've
gonna
shown
come
that,
down,
yeah, but
come down to who wins the bigger games. Like if Ohio State can beat the Michigan and Michigan State, it's gonna go to them. But
It's at OSU.
Okay, that's tough. But the game is at Michigan.
hostile.
Yeah. Well, they don't have to play. New
Almost
Mexico
as
State.
hostile as New Mexico State.
No, okay, I was thinking of Arkansas, all right? Okay, but New Mexico.
All right.
I hope New Mexico State wins.
Yeah, they're 1-8.
Should we pass over to
Yo, wait, well, are they the, is New Mexico State, are they the,
Gaucho.
Gaucho,
No,
yeah.
no, that's UC.
Wait.
I don't know. They're some funny name. I
Yeah.
think. But yeah, I think the difference between it's the New Mexico Lobos.
Yeah.
It's New Mexico. But the difference between Michigan State and Ohio State, I think they're all about the same level of like how good they are, but I think Ohio State
it just seems like they
knows
always
how-
win those games,
Yeah,
exactly.
they just
yeah.
know how to win those games, and for that reason, I think they're probably going to win out and get in. But it wouldn't greatly surprise me if any 3 of those teams win the Big Ten. It really wouldn't. So I think that'll be really interesting to see.
All right. Move over to college basketball.
College basketball.
Just started.
It started on Tuesday. So
I think you guys can take over the college basketball segment.
yeah.
Do you have any predictions, Cole? Do you think?
Well,
Anyone?
Kansas, I watched a little bit of the Kansas Michigan State game, and Kansas looked phenomenal. They have a lot of dudes, as I was talking about with my family. They just have dudes. They have David McCormick, who's a big guy. He's just a monster. They always get those, like, Udoka Azubuike, even Embiid, those just big men.
When was the last
They
time they
just
won a
handle that
championship?
stuff. I think
feels
like
like-
2008, but
It
it's
feels like
college
every
basketball.
year they're like supposed to. It's kind of like the same with Duke, like they're supposed to, and
Oregon
they
Zaga.
disappoint.
Well, it's
Yeah, I was
just
gonna say
college
that.
basketball,
Yeah,
so the good thing.
Except I think they're gonna win this year.
You think Oregon?
No, Zaga.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think the Zags might. They
I
might do
think
it. This
those
might be the year.
two. I'm already predicting that they're gonna make.
They got Timmy.
Those are two. Yeah, Timmy.
Chet is.
Chet.
The front court of Chet Holmgren.
Chet is a
Who is
Yes,
going to
dude,
put up
come on.
eventually a quadruple double this season.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's what.
That's what I was saying. No.
Yeah.
14, 13, 7, 6 in his debut.
7 blocks.
Yeah, that's a crazy.
7 blocks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
7
Okay,
blocks,
okay.
6
Who are they playing?
Some
Hey,
terrible
okay,
team, but
that-
think about it.
Yeah,
play about
they play in the
the West Coast Conference, right?
Yeah.
so he's gonna put up
So-
like
So he's gonna play 10 of
40
those
and
teams
30.
this year.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
Dixie State.
that's my main problem with Gonzaga. Like just move to the Pac-12.
Yeah.
Play real
Well,
competition.
and
They
think
don't even
about
have a
it.
logo.
Yeah, they're bad teams, but was he probably playing like 35 minutes that game? He probably wasn't. He was probably taken out.
28 minutes.
Yeah, 28 minutes. He had 7 blocks. So if he gets
Because
into
he's probably playing,
yeah, but if he has a good game,
guys my height. Like
if he has a good game against, for example, they play Texas on Saturday. If he has a good game against them and he keeps playing,
his season averages should be around 20 points, 10 rebounds, and maybe like 3 blocks.
he might not get up to 20, but yeah.
No,
He
I'd
should
say-
score 20 points. 7
think-
foot 1 with his offensive versatility.
I'd say it's gonna look more
He
like
should score
18 and 4 assists.
You're probably right because it's always like lower in college, but
Yeah.
he should be around 20.
And Gonzaga, they also have a lot of dudes.
They got quite a
Nemhard,
of dudes. Timmy's a dude.
Nemhard, he's coming back, the Florida transfer, he's coming back for like, this is like his 19th year in college basketball. He's one of those guys, but
Pickett type guy.
yeah, he's just a really good, like, he's just someone you really want on your team. He's one of those
He played Penn
seniors.
State.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say he put
What,
up
is he?
he's at Gonzaga.
I did not even know.
He dropped,
No.
he dropped 15 against Dixie State.
I hate that guy. Nazir Bolton, I hate him because he transferred from Penn State to Iowa State. I'm not going to get into the reasons for it, but I don't like him. So, Paulo Banchero on Duke.
I'm ready to anoint him as God.
Yeah. Six.
I watched like the first half of that game and I really don't remember
didn't
seeing
play.
him, but I guess he
Didn't he have like a
Him
He
or
had-
like an influence.
He had Illinois. I don't think they're good yet.
Jackson State, but like, I was gonna say.
But he didn't play that well at the start of the game, but I think he really picked it.
At the start of the game, it was like,
He's just a
is Wendell Moore, he wears 0 on Duke?
Yes,
he was like, he started off
yeah.
hot, and then that's when I stopped watching, basically, so I didn't see this Paulo.
Bancaro put up 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a demigod.
Gonzaga has some dudes.
He's just
Bancaro is that good.
yeah. I don't know about
Wait, Bancaro's
Duke.
on Gonzaga?
No.
No, he's on Duke. He's like a 6'10" guy.
Okay.
He's not one of he's not KD or Chet Holmgren size. He is big.
Like a linebacker, you're
Yes,
talking
Yeah.
about?
6'10", 250.
Like,
Oh wow.
Oh, that's not a linebacker.
No, it looked like
No, that's more like
Max.
that's
a
more like
bodybuilder.
yeah, that's
Mr. Olympia.
Yeah. No, Max, you were talking about the old Madden Mobile, like
Most feared.
most feared, where the players are just like really big. That is what he looked like.
yeah. No, this guy's.
He was just out on the perimeter. He was moving like guard. I was like, oh, he looks pretty big. The announcer, he's 6'10". Like he is huge and he's really
I'd East
good.
Bay on him.
But at least he's not soft either. Like, I mean, you see a lot of those guys, like KD, in college especially. He didn't go to that. He sat back.
Well, but KD was
Yeah, no, yeah.
KD's
So,
only 170.
yes.
in
Bancaro will go right through you.
This guy looks like a tight end.
Yeah, he probably could be in the NFL.
He's a big man.
Right now. So my boys, the Wichita State Shockers, they had a little bit of a scare, but Tyson Etienne, you guys see that game winner?
Yes.
The logo. That thanks for being honest, Matt. He basically with like 5 seconds up was just dribbling at the logo, and then he did a step back from the logo. Got the game winner. Adam's pulling it up right now. Yeah, so go look that up. we don't have the technology to just put in the podcast. We'll work on that.
Oh, Texas at Gonzaga
We'll
on
look at
Saturday.
it. Yeah.
Did you guys see the one guy was like, he'll Venmo Timmy $100 if he drops
Oh,
20
yeah.
on Texas or whatever, and
He
he
said,
said,
heck no.
yeah,
Well,
expletive, no.
Freak no.
Yeah.
that's legal now.
Is it?
No,
No, it's
I don't
not.
think so.
It's
That's
technically
gambling.
gambling.
Timmy commented on the post. It's like, sorry, I can't.
Yeah, I guess that's not legal.
That's
That's
a bad shot.
yeah, so Matt's saying it's a bad shot.
No, I'm not a boomer.
Yeah.
I'm not old. I love that shot.
It went in, so
Fundamentals.
it's not a bad shot. He actually said after the game that he like takes those shots all the time. Okay, whatever. But it was really cool.
Too, but the cameras are on.
And then that's Max's patented fader. He could hit from out there easily. So the game's coming up. Villanova at UCLA on Friday. What do
We
think?
won't be watching because we'll be watching the LBC Flying Dutchman.
Yep.
Oh,
The Lower Dauphin boys basketball team going up to see the LVC. But Matt might be wrong. I might be watching this game on my phone. Depending on how the
Kinda
Flying
team
Dutchman.
Anyway.
Like how Dana White was watching Canelo during his title fight with Usman.
Ooh, maybe we'll talk about the UFC next time. I like that. Alright, anyway.
I don't know.
Couldn't talk
Villanova,
about this week
UCLA.
with Whitman
I'm excited to
wins.
see Juzang. I liked him
Yeah,
during the
I
tournament.
love
I
Juzang.
really hope it's not just a tournament like
Yes.
you know, like think of like a tournament guy. Like, you know, I can't
Fine
think of
example,
one.
but yeah, no, yeah.
Like one of those guys who just goes crazy during the tournament and then they're just not all that, you know. Like Carson Edwards.
Yes.
He's on the Celtics for like 2 weeks.
No,
right?
but he shot in
he's
the
still on
tournament.
the
No, he's
Celtics,
still-
but he doesn't do anything. But he was dropping 40 in the tournament.
Yeah,
How tall-
he
I
did
just-
kick it up
Like
another
a Jimmer. Like a Jimmer.
Yeah, but Jim was all season. That's why I didn't pick Jim.
No, Edwards
Carson-
was
So
too.
was Carson Edwards.
But he did kick it up.
Edwards was good,
Yeah,
but dude,
he's
he wasn't
got-
dropping 40. He was shooting 40 in the tournament.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That was.
that'll be a fun game to watch. I'm
That
excited to
was
see him. And what the Villanova point guard coming back from
Gillespie.
Gillespie coming back from the ACL.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Texas at Gonzaga. Everyone wants to see the Zags versus real competition, and they always do well against. Like, everyone busts on them.
I think Gonzaga's good.
Yeah,
Like,
I can't tell you a player on Texas.
Yeah.
they got like Courtney Ramey, Andrew Jeff. They just got a lot of like
they have,
pretty
they have
good.
they have a good transfer, I think.
But are
Oh
they?
yeah, Remy Martin from ASU.
No, he went to.
Or is he Nevada?
No, Remy Martin.
No, Remy Martin went to. He went to Kansas too. Yeah, he's another dude from Kansas. Remy Martin's in Kansas. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was watching him with Ray.
Yeah, Texas has. Oh, they got Marcus Carr. Marcus Carr, the Minnesota transfer.
Oh yeah, Martin.
He,
Yeah.
he
Oh,
can,
this guy's a chucker.
He can
He's
put the
not
ball
good.
in the. He can put the ball
This,
in the hole.
this is like a Cam Johnson type player.
Yeah,
This
right,
dude
Mark.
shoots everything.
He does.
He's a guy I would not
He can
want
put
to
the
play
ball
with.
in the hole.
Marcus Carr, didn't he get, I just remember any close game Minnesota was in last year.
He's
hitting big shots.
really clutch. Yeah, Andrew Jones also really clutch. He's a cancer survivor guy, so that's really cool that he's just
Yeah.
starting for a top 5.
You can't not root for like,
Yeah.
Yeah, but with that being said, I agree.
Gonzaga 15.
NFL power rankings. I think we'll start with the NFC because I think we're pretty spoiled in the AFC this season.
Who is
Right.
the best like?
NFC team? Or
Record-wise, the Cardinals.
Okay, yeah, but they're
But
fine.
there's also the
Then you
Packers.
have a 6-2
Bucks,
I
Cowboys,
think it's kind of like this
7-2.
year. It's like last year, even like the Steelers started 11-0, but everyone knew they were frauds. But like, there's no team that's like really like blasting everyone. There's no team
I was
that's like
really
really
upset.
Cardinals are the highest.
Yeah,
point
but
differential
Kyler
guy
Murray's
since-
hurt.
I was
Like,
really
they
upset
won,
that
they
the,
won. But Colt McCoy's your quarterback.
that the Rams lost because
With no D-Hop.
I was kind of rooting for the Rams.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I like
I
that
want to
they're
see
doing
Stafford win.
good. Yeah. Like I wanted to say that they were the best team in the NFC, but now like
They were
I
awful.
literally can't.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they beat
yeah.
the Titans without their Henry.
Yeah, it was weird.
But
The
they
Titans are such a weird team. Like they'll get to the
They are.
playoffs again, and then they'll lose like wild card or second.
Yeah, and then
round.
the defense plays absolutely out of their
It's
minds.
so weird. Like
And then they lose Derrick Henry, and then they just beat the Rams.
they're gonna be solid, but they're not gonna win the Super Bowl.
I'm gonna
It's
be
just
honest
not-
though. I
They're
think
gonna be
that,
the Saints.
I think the Titans Rams game was kind of a fluke. Like Matt Stafford
Well, obviously, yeah.
basically,
Yeah.
basically just gave the
Yeah.
Titans 14
Dude, I
points.
watched him throw the pick when
The-
he was
the
getting
end zone
sacked.
angle.
I literally turned my back. I was making a bowl of ice cream. I turned my back and he threw another pick.
No, I watched the first pick, went to the bathroom, came out of the
Second
bathroom
pick.
3 minutes later, and the Titans had scored 14 points since then. So I think that game was a little bit of a fluke.
I did not know the Titans were 7-2.
Yeah.
I did not
They're on
see
a
that.
5-game win streak, but yeah, like you said, I don't think they can be legit without Derrick Henry.
No. And I mean, did they have Derrick Henry for the Colts game? Like they're not killing teams either.
I
Like,
think he got injured in
Okay.
that game.
And
because if I recall correctly, yeah, they're not blowing anybody out either. They're winning, but
And I think their offense is going to be good enough, and their defense, like you said, they're going to pick it up. Like Bud Dupree's starting to get in the swing of things. Like he went like he had a couple games. Yeah,
he was.
He had a couple game stretch where like he was just doing nothing, and everyone was like, "Why do we pay him all this money?" Blah blah. Blah. But he kind of rushed himself back from the ACL, like he wanted to go on the field, and then he wasn't producing. Now he's picking it up. He's got a couple sacks. He's playing well. That whole defensive unit's going to pick it up, and they'll be solid.
yeah, I mean, for as much love as Trayvon Diggs got at the beginning of the year,
He's not that good.
No,
how about Kevin Byard, who's been consistently really good this whole year? Doesn't get burned, and I mean, he has one less interception.
J.C. Jackson also did pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Trayvon Diggs is just kind of like a right place, right time.
I think
He gets burnt like every day.
For defensive, he's good for 1 pick and 1
Yeah.
Boston coverage
50 yard,
game.
yeah.
Especially with corners like that, like there's gonna be one guy every year that's like, oh my gosh, this guy is the new best thing.
But he just
And
happens to be right
yeah,
where like
it's
the
like
ball's
you
deflected.
remember
I
Xavier
think he-
Rhodes?
Yeah.
Xavier Rhodes was like the best corner in the league because
Yeah.
he locked up OBJ that one year every time they played.
See, I think it's more just their style of play. Trayvon Diggs is a ball. He's not a lockdown quarterback. By no stretch, by any stretch. They're not going to be as valuable as guys like Jair Alexander, who will legitimately stop their matchup. But he's going to have the turnover-causing play that does create more value
And
than.
he is good for other things. Like he is a pretty good cornerback.
He's-
Completion percentage. I don't have to.
Like however many picks he has overshadows the
Even-
coverages.
Well, yeah, but even if you take away the 2 extremes with the picks and the blown coverages,
He's still
the
solid.
He's got
completion
to
percentage
stop
thrown in is
focusing
like,
on being a playmaker and stuff.
it's like 35%.
I don't know.
He's a quarterback. He knows like he's played the
He's a
position.
corner.
Well,
You know this guy. Hey, and not only is he a quarterback, but the PA rivals.
One of the best. One of the best.
One of the best in the state right
Yep.
here.
that's better than me.
All right, so NFC teams. Who do we have as the top 4 teams?
That's hard.
Best
I
team.
really don't want to say who I have in my
Best-
top 4 teams because
Do you want it in order or?
I feel like it's wrong anyway.
No order.
Well,
no order. That's easy.
No order.
That's easy, Pooh.
Come on, Pooh.
No order is just Cardinals, Rams, Buccaneers, Packers.
Yeah. Well, the Cowboys are the other
No.
team you could throw there, but
And they
with what they did last week, I guess they get kicked out of the top 4. I really think the Rams-Titans game was a fluke.
Yep.
I think the Rams are the best team in the NFC. They didn't, of
I'm gonna
course,
say Packers.
they didn't look like
It's the
it.
best team. I still like
I won't go. I'll go.
I'd go Buccaneers.
I would.
going
I'm
with
gonna
Rams.
stick with Rams.
I love the Buccaneers, but I'm just gonna have to pick them at 2.
I think
They
Buccaneers
lost.
and Rams are 1.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna stick with Rams just to be the Rams guy.
I wanted to compare
I'm
to
the
sign
Rams
Odell. Now Odell's
You're the every
a
team
bit
guy.
overrated, but
Go Rams.
he's still a playmaker. So if the Packers get Odell and they have the
Oh,
volume,
yes.
Rodgers
Oh,
is coming back
that's
from
sorry.
his little essential oil vacation.
Alan-
His little
sorry.
sauna immunization, whatever he's doing, he's coming back anyway. They're gonna be good.
If
And Rodgers,
Take it over, Cal. Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
yeah.
Because Odell is still a good wide receiver.
And I'll say this, dude, Rodgers, like, no one really puts him in the conversation for greatest ever, but just the, yeah, but it's not as common as like
He should
you
be.
know.
I know what you mean.
he
He's
should
been
be.
overshadowed.
The throws that he made were just like it's so effortless with him. I think Rodgers might be the most talented quarterback I've ever watched. Brady's the best
Talented.
because Brady has
Yeah,
6
most
Super Bowls,
accomplished.
but most talented.
And he's also
I think
very
it might be
entertaining.
Rodgers. Yeah.
I think Rodgers might be the best combination of both. Like,
Yeah.
I'd say,
He doesn't have that many.
He's
as far as
threats.
talent goes, the most talented quarterback ever. He's the most talented quarterback ever. He's having a terrible.
He hasn't proved himself enough. Yet. At the end of his
Okay,
career,
yes,
I know
I'm fine
when he
with that.
gets to
Right?
like 35, like at Rodgers' age, I would be okay with it. And he continues to
I don't think
I'm okay with that.
I
But
going
right
to
now,
be, but not.
it's too early.
Yeah, that's right now it's too early to say, but what Mahomes has done is a little less than what Rodgers done, but with more athleticism.
And real quick, best AFC team, Steelers.
Chargers.
The Chargers.
Chargers.
Go
Ravens.
Chargers.
It's the Ravens.
It's probably the Ravens.
Dude, AFC West and AFC North are so
The Ravens keep coming from.
The
It's either the
Ravens.
Ravens or the Titans. The Ravens, but the Ravens keep coming from behind and winning these games. Good for them, I guess. I hate them. And the Titans are 7-2.
At some
And
point,
I hate the Ravens with the passion, so you know what? I'm gonna say the Titans.
Titans, thank you.
at some point, the Chiefs are gonna turn it on. They're gonna make the
I
Super
agree,
Bowl
I agree.
and beat the
Okay.
Rams in the Super
It feels
Bowl.
like it's gonna happen.
Bro,
any week.
Yeah,
a Super Bowl
yeah.
champion.
Like it just
No,
feels like.
I'm not gonna say champion, but they're probably the third best team in the AFC.
All right,
They could.
At least they certainly could.
we
They
can
could.
we can see how the AFC turns out next week as we continue our FBC Sports Balls podcast. Thank you everyone for watching.